One. I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful September 20th, 2024. I hope
I don't know.
everyone's...
Is it right? Is it right? Is it wrong?
It's September
I don't know.
20th, isn't it?
Do you know what
September
tomorrow is?
20th.
Why are you trying to gaslight me already? What are we doing? Why are you trying to
tomorrow-
gaslight
You
me?
know what tomorrow is?
What?
You know what tomorrow is?
What?
You don't remember?
Oh, is that when you leave for your training?
No. No, the 21st night of September. You
Uh,
remember? Oh, fuck off. Neither one of you were... Wow.
Just okay.
I didn't
All right,
fucking
chat.
get it.
All right,
Please
everyone.
be
Welcome to the stream,
cultured.
everyone. So we are live on this beautiful day. I hope everyone's had a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting to have a great day myself. And as you can tell, we are joined by Real Texas Politics and Tyrone like usual. And there's a lot to get to. Now, before I continue again, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell.
Channel is
Yep.
$1 a month.
Join the
It's
channel.
$1 a month. It's a very good investment.
And if you have any questions, concerns, comments,
It's
or
the
just want
best
to
investment.
support the channel even further, the best way is to send super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much of chat as possible. And just like Tyrone also says, share on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you are on. Share the stream everywhere. Let's get a bunch of live viewers. Let's do that. And all right, got a couple super chats. American Nerd for 5. Rapper, are there any more updates on Robinson, the fate of the North Carolina governor race? Also, why are you always a minute late for streams, lol? Well, I was actually a minute late today because I had to do something real quick, but yeah, so we have updates in North Carolina, and I'm not happy. And because we figured out who actually leaked the information. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah, it was Republicans.
You can't make this up. Like,
It was the elected bros, and basically, I think they were supporting Stein anyways, but they basically leaked it just to tell us that, oh, we told you so.
these people are scumbags. And for those that don't know, yeah, it's actually, this was Republicans, and apparently they've held on to this for a year. They knew about this for a whole year. Yet they released it after the election? Or after the primary? Like, what? What does that tell you, by the way, about these people? Seriously, what does that tell you? They don't care about winning. Only thing they care about is getting their shitty candidates through. But if they lose the primary, oh, well, it's over. Vote for the Democrat. It's unbelievable. I mean, if they've really cared about winning and like, okay, if this is a big scandal surrounding Robinson, wouldn't you leak that in the primary? I'm being serious when I ask that. Wouldn't it make sense to leak it during the primary? So like Mark Walker or whoever else can win?
Yeah.
So why wait?
I think it's because they knew he was going to win anyway, so they basically was like, you know what, the best chance to beat him is in the general election.
Bunch of scumbags. That's unbelievable. Cole Langdon for 5. When McCormick has a better chance of winning than Robinson, I'm getting to the point that I think McCormick might be a slight favorite if we keep this up. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but he is cooking in Pennsylvania.
It doesn't sound crazy. It sounds normal to me. I've been saying at this point he should start becoming the slight favorite.
It's trending that direction. I still want to wait. You know, I just want to wait and see a little bit more, but it is looking good for McCormick. I can't believe I'm saying that. He is running nearly a perfect campaign. Like, he is tying Bob Casey to Harris, and it's clearly sinking him. Like, that was smart what he did. Like, hey, he's the Kamala Harris candidate. He supports Harris right away. I still don't get why he did that, but... Mitchell Hand for 2. Harris interview last night was a disaster. Yeah, did you guys see, she went on Oprah, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, yeah, it sucked. She was saying stuff like, oh, I'm a gun owner now, which, by the way, her own campaign doesn't even have an answer to that. They have no clue where that came from. They're like, we don't know. I mean, seriously.
Oh, yeah, she also did one of those videos where she pulls the tab and answers Google questions.
Yeah, I saw that. Which is just cringe. Like, you're running for president. You're not a celebrity. Cameron Full God for 2. We need to swap out Trump for Mark Robinson. That's what I was saying last night. Laura Trump. Run her and see what happens. The whole point is just
it's too late.
I know.
But yeah, it's too late.
It's too late now, so we're stuck with Robinson.
Yeah, I'll just say, guys, I would vote for I would still vote for Robinson if I lived in North Carolina, but not as enthusiastically. But
I mean, it sucks. Like,
the great people of North Carolina obviously do not deserve an adulterer as their governor, but you know what they also don't deserve?
A Democrat.
a hyper-liberal, progressive Democrat attorney general
Who's
who's going
corrupt,
to
by the way. I mean,
flood
he
corrupt
abuses
and
power.
shut up, I'm speaking, and flood your state with Haitians.
Okay, anyways, so point is, North Carolina stuff, we just gotta wait and see what happens, but I don't think Roberts is gonna win. But alright, time to get to the point of the stream that we were supposed to talk about yesterday. The Virginia, New York, and all that, because holy shit. What's going on here? We have a brand new poll out of Virginia, and that you could argue this is pre-debate, but there's been a bunch of polls in Virginia with Harris and Trump. And it's only Harris +2. The full field's Harris +1.
Yeah, it's within the margin of error. I've been saying Virginia's going to be close. 2020 was a fluke.
I mean, I'm starting to wonder, is this like the, was 2020 Virginia the Indiana of the election?
Yes.
Where it had like a big swing to the left, but in reality, it's leaning to the left, obviously, but like, not D +10 or whatever it was. It's crazy to think that right now, this pollster has Trump down by only 1 to 2. And that's when they included RFK on the ballot. Which, by the way, I thought RFK was kicked off the ballot in Virginia. Wasn't he?
I have no idea.
But either way, it's like, this is like what is this, the 4th poll now that shows race within a margin of error? We can officially say that Washington Post poll is garbage. They had like Harris +12. Yeah, no. If everyone else is saying it's within the margin of error, and we're not just including some random pollster. We have the Roanoke College. We had other pollsters that are good. They found it within the margin of error. I'm curious, like, which, by the way, how could Trump win Virginia but lose North Carolina?
It's not happening. He either loses both or wins both.
Reverse coattails actually exist.
But can you imagine that map where it's North Carolina?
I think the new cope is that reverse coattails don't exist until they do.
Well, again, reverse coattails, they only exist for, like, the governorship and Senate race. Not for the president and governor. That doesn't exist. Let's see here. American Nerd for 5. Rhino Republicans be like, better lose with Der principles than with a Trumpist candidate, Der. These people are the worst. They are. Ben Cynics for 5. If McCormick loses because he's running against an established name, he would win an open seat. Oh, yeah. He would have won easily in 2020, too. He would have crushed Fetterman.
Yeah, but like I was called crazy for saying that McCormick was a bad candidate. Because remember, I initially supported, like, I don't know if you guys remember, I initially supported McCormick in 2022. I saw him as a side grade to Toomey. I'm still not particularly happy with all his policy positions. I'm not a fan of how he's openly pro-gay. But, he's Toomey that's more liberal on gay rights and also more liberal, I mean, like, more absolutist on firearms. That is more than acceptable for Pennsylvania. Yeah. Extremely electable candidate there all around.
He is the when you talk about electability, the thing that makes him actually like good is he runs a good campaign. That's what people don't understand.
He's the first truly self-funded candidate we've had in a long while.
Outside of like Bloomberg, I can't think of a modern example like this. A real self-funder. And not Bloomberg failing to spend $2 billion. I'm talking about, McCormick might actually win.
McCormick is genuinely the first fully self-funded candidate we have.
Yeah, and he's actually spending money.
Yeah, he's spending his real fucking money. He's spending his money to actually win the Senate seat. Let the man keep the seat if he wants it. Like, honestly, if he's willing to burn this much of his personal treasury without the assistance of the RNC, don't even primary the man. He won it fair and square.
All right, Man Malk has been a member for 14 months. Would you support a progressive conservative GOP led by people like Jimmy Dore and Tulsi Gabbard against a neoliberal globalist DNC led by Kamala? Well, yeah, because at least I could live with Tulsi and them. I cannot deal with, like, Kamala.
I cannot live with Tulsi because she is a gun rights harp.
It seems like she's gotten better, but, some people say she's a fraud. I don't know, but is she a fraud? Debatable, I guess. Very debatable, very debatable. Object Clay's cater for 2. 5 people on Virginia ballot, RFK not in one of them. Yeah, and that's what I thought. Cherokee Bear for 2. Joe Walsh has a live stream so you could troll him. I'm not interested. I mean, Joe Walsh probably has 5 viewers right now. I don't want to give him any attention. But alright, should we... Okay. We got the Virginia poll. I mean, this is just nuts. Because if Trump is this close in Virginia, what's happening in North Carolina? Do people really think that Virginia's going to...
That's probably blowout.
Which, again, people can argue,
Which I don't think it is.
They're
but,
different
yeah.
states, but, like, if Trump is doing way better in Virginia, should that at least somewhat correlate to North Carolina? Not, you know, a 10-point shift or whatever, but, you know, just even a 2-point shift. How can you be running this much better in Virginia but collapse in North Carolina? It's not 2008 anymore where that's possible. It's 2020 or 2024, excuse me.
Oh, it's 20. Welcome back, 2020.
Yeah, welcome back 2020.
You guys hear Trump just signed to the Platinum Plan. We're going to win blacks by 30 points.
That's real. North Carolina's a toss-up. I mean, it might be, but if he's doing this good in Virginia, and apparently Youngkin actually believes that he could win Virginia, listen, let Youngkin cook. That's all I gotta say. North Carolina is not a blue state. North Carolina has a history of shitty polls. Well, that's not far from the truth, but still, it's like, I just don't see how you can have Trump down by 2 in Virginia, but like down 3 North Carolina. There was a poll like that, I believe. I mean, there's like North Carolina Harris +3. Give me a break. That's not gonna happen.
So look. If Virginia is consistently this close, alongside other polls showing Trump winning the states, either A, the polling is... So look, I see 2 possibilities. Either A, the polling has fixed itself. The polling has completely fixed itself somehow.
By some miracle.
And by some miracle, Virginia is an actual true toss-up. Or, more likely...
They suck ass.
Or more likely, we're gonna have another fucking huge polling miss in Virginia is when more red than we're anticipating.
Well, hold on. I have a hot take. This is a take I've been thinking more and more about ever since that Teamster survey was released. There's a possibility, this is not 100%, but with how some of these states are polling, we could be seeing a bigger polling miss than even 2020. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I think it's a possibility now. I mean, if he's doing this much better in Virginia, what do you think's happening in the other swing states, like North Carolina, like Georgia? He would be killing Harris in those 2 states. He would be. But I guess it's possible that by some miracle, Virginia's like purple again, and everyone else.
I do genuinely believe Virginia's. On my personal rating, I have Virginia at Tiltar.
All right, American Nerd for 5. Rap, how much does Trump have to win Virginia for Hunt Cow to beat Canada? I'm guessing like 4 to 5 points for Cow to barely cross the threshold. I'm saying like 2 or 3. I think if Trump just outright wins, it's 2 to 3 points.
In Virginia or where?
Virginia.
Yeah.
I would say 2 or 3
I don't think he'd win more than 5 points. I think 2 points.
Yeah, I think there is a ceiling.
I have it at 3. I have it at 3.5. I think Trump's gonna win Virginia by 3.5.
The only way that Trump can what?
Yeah.
Listen, the only way I can see Trump doing way better, like he has to somehow break through Nova. I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, is it? I mean, I guess. But all right. Speaking of the polls, I want to announce something, everyone. So for those that don't know,
William Capstan and Rap have created America First Insight's pollster rating, where they have accurate rating for every pollster. Yep. Quinnipiac is fucking F-, by the way.
Yeah. So we just released a brand new scorecard. I worked with William Tassan, a great guy. It's America First Insight. Go follow them on Twitter. Go check out the website. And we actually decided, you know what? I'm sick of 538 saying, "Oh, Quinnipiac's the 3rd best pollster." Like. Really? We're back to this crap? So I decided to work with William Tafstan on this, and we have a brand new scorecard, and I like it. I think it shows an accurate representation of the current state of polling.
I've already sent this to my friends in DC who are actually connected to like Josh Hawley and JD Vance, by the way. So actually, this is going to be pretty heard.
Good. But yeah, so we've released this pollster and polling scorecard, and you scroll down here, and look who's F-. Oh yeah, that's Quinnipiac. Where they belong, not the 3rd best pollster. But yeah, we have Redfield Wilton Strategies. There's, I believe, 95 pollsters right now. There are a couple other ones we want to add eventually, but yeah. Reasonable to simp for 2. At this point, I think all the Midwest Senate seats flip. I wouldn't go that far just yet, but I guess it's possible, maybe? You know, like, in a best-case scenario, we win, like, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and, of course, Ohio. But, Anyways, what the F is Sooner poll? Yeah, so the worst pollster is actually Sooner poll. That's the Oklahoma one. That's the one that had Trump down by 12, or up by only 12 in Oklahoma. Yeah, so they're the worst pollster.
And
Well,
losing
no,
by
I can explain why Oklahoma is shifting 12 points to the left for Harris.
No,
all the natives heard that Harris was an Indian.
But yeah, so we actually have like we actually show you how we came to this conclusion. We have the average miss, the average bias, which by the way, Rasmussen, for all the shit they get, they actually have a Democrat bias.
Rasmussen?
Yeah. Everyone will say they're a far-right pollster. No, in reality, their polls actually link to the left. Sorry, but it's true. That's what the numbers show. I don't care what 538 says. When you look at the individual polls, that's what they found. That they have a Democrat lean. It's not all of them, obviously, but in general, when you average it all out, it's a Democrat lean. But yeah, there's other pollsters like Emerson College C+. I think Seltzer is going to piss some people off, I know, because they're only a C+. We have Ann Seltzer at C+.
I mean, Seltzer's been pretty fucking awful with Iowa.
But it's not just that. We went back and I didn't even know this. Back in 2020 or 2016, she polled up states outside of Iowa. And they freaking suck. They were like, Harris is up by 8 in Pennsylvania or something.
You mean Clinton?
Yeah, Clinton. Clinton plus 8 in Pennsylvania. It was bad. So that's why she gets a C+. Like, it's not as bad as some other pollsters, but yeah. But overall, folks, I hope you guys enjoy the pollster scorecard. We're going to try to keep updating it and other pollsters. One pollster we're going to add is Big Data. That's one people are asking a lot about.
What about Big Penguin polling?
Big Penguin. But yeah, we're going to add Big Data, which is Richard Barris, eventually. I don't know when. It's just, we have to find his polls. That's the one thing with Big Data. You can't really find their polls anywhere, but we'll find them.
Have you tried reaching out to Barris directly?
We'll reach out to him, probably. Alright, American Nerd for 5. Rap, imagine the insanity if Robinson somehow barely wins his race while Kerry Lake loses by 5. How would you react to that? I would laugh hysterically. If Lake loses by 5, but like Robinson cooks by some miracle. Yeah. Would be hilarious. Let's see. Morning console should be super F. Well, to be we score this based off of past polling results. We don't be like, oh, we don't like this result, so it's an F-. No. The only reason Morning Console is a D+ is, well, by some miracle, some of their polls were not the worst, technically, but yeah. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the scorecard. Go check it out. We will keep updating it. Go follow American First Insight on Twitter. And yeah, hope people enjoy that. But all right, back to the actual stream. That was a quick plug for the American First Insight. So, should we talk about the New York rally now? Because that was what I wanted to talk about yesterday. But no.
Yeah. I briefly mentioned it yesterday, but the tent is too big, guys.
Wait, what?
The tent is too big.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, now it was the same person who did that with the portal.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not going to say what she did, but
yeah, you can find it on Twitter somewhere. Just look it up. But yeah, so the thing with the New York rally is, at first I thought it was crazy. Like, why are we doing a rally in New York? Outside of down ballot reasons, why would you campaign there? Well, it turns out there's an actual reason for it. For starters, there's a brand new poll released from Siena Research, and they found it only Harris plus 13 right now. Which, by the way, is that identical to what it was with Biden?
Yeah, probably.
It was like Biden plus 12 or something. And it makes you really wonder, like, okay, wait a minute. If this is Siena Research, the best pollster in New York, and they didn't find any shift post-debate, by the way. It was post-debate, so you can't just say, well, actually, it's pre-debate. No, it's post-debate. And they found it, Harris plus 13. That's a 10-point shift towards Trump since 2020, which is identical to the other polls they found when Biden was still in the race. What's happening in New York? At this point, it's not just, oh, it's a fluke. I really believe New York's have a big shift to the right. At this point, it confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some insane quote from a K-Hive person saying that Trump's going to lose the Electoral College but win the popular vote because he's going to shift California and New York by 10 points, but Harris is going to magically win all the swing states.
That's insane. Like, how can anyone actually say that, like, oh yeah, we're gonna win the popular vote, or lose the popular vote, but win the electoral college. By the way, I thought that you guys supported abolishing the electoral college. Well,
Yeah, no, the sanctity of the electoral college is put into.
that's what they're
like,
gonna say. We have to
the
defend the
sanctity-
electoral college. If that
we have
happens.
to defend the electoral college from GQP fascismos.
I forgot which Twitter account it was. It was one of those insufferable, data gurus. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. 5 seconds. It was like within a span of 5 minutes. He went from attacking the electoral college, right, for being undemocratic, and then 5 minutes later he said, "Well, Harris could actually win without the popular vote. She wins through the electoral college. That's why it's a very democratic system." Like, you can't make it up with these people. They just flip-flop every 5 seconds. They're gonna riot if Trump wins no matter what, but if he loses a popular vote, these people are going nuts. Marcus Canino for 2. I was at the Long Island rally, tons of people and energy. Yeah, what was it, like 50,000 people, they said, outside the rally?
Yeah, I think so,
It was
probably.
like some crazy amount. And the media's gonna say it's 2,000 or whatever. Then it was like 50,000 outside the rally.
Oh, the arena was half full. People started leaving.
Yeah, people started leaving at the very end. Like, that's every clip possible. Is every time they say people are leaving, it's because it's been like 3 hours and the rally's starting to end. Everyone knows what Trump's ending is every single time. So,
I mean, he also tells a lot of the same stories every single time.
Yeah.
So.
but yeah, either way, it's just one of those things where the Long Island rally was definitely very successful. I think he did a good job. It was one of the most policy-focused speeches in a while. Like, it was just nothing but absolute bangers. It was, like, perfect. He did what he had to do, and I gotta tell everyone, like, can Trump get New York within 10? Is it a possibility?
That might be a stretch, but I think it could probably be like maybe exactly 15, if not within, or maybe a little over.
Because
I think it's for sure going to be within 20.
Because I looked more into it, and apparently there's a big scandal in New York City right now. I don't know the full details. Does anyone know?
No.
There's something about, like, I believe the police got busted or something. I don't know for sure. It's like leadership. If someone in chat knows the whole situation in New York City with, like, I think, like, the police force were involved in a big scandal. I don't know for sure, but apparently Eric Adams is involved in it. So if someone knows, let me know in chat, because I'm curious. K-Cup for 5. It doesn't work. We need to abolish it if we lose, but if we win it, it's totally fair and unbiased if we win. Also democracy. Democrat logic. Yeah. That's how Democrats operate. It's fair if they win, but if it's unfair if they lose. Yeah, that's just a great sign if that's what you're saying. Red New York, the real question is if Harris could get New York within 10 of Trump. Oh god, that's real. By the way, you guys see that one account that, like, unskewed the poll in New York?
I think it had it like
R+1.
You're good.
Yeah, there's an account out there that had a Trump +1. I forgot who it was, but I laughed hysterically when I saw that. I was like, yeah.
Real? Trump's gonna flip New York, New Jersey?
Do not unskew polls. I tried that in 2020 a little bit. It clearly didn't work, but... the commissioner was racketeering protection money with threats of raids. Really? Hold up, I gotta look this up. So Tyrone Real Text and say something.
That's a really weird way to say that the New York City police chief is Italian.
Yeah, so apparently, yeah, the New York police commissioner was involved in a big scam. A lot of corruption. So that's what Trump was talking about. Like, there's a big corruption scandal in New York City right now with the police commissioner, or ex-commissioner. And apparently it's pissing off a lot of people again. I mean, again, it's like, if it's such a big scandal, like, would that impact the race that much? If it's, like, really bad, like some people are saying it is? Because Trump made a big deal about that at the rally. I'm not a criminal, I'm just Italian, apparently. Yeah, that's the average New Yorker.
I'm not a criminal, I'm just Italian.
What do you think will be the reddest of the big 7 swing states? I'm going with Arizona right now. I think it's Arizona.
It's gonna be Arizona or Georgia.
I mean, it could be like Pennsylvania with how they're acting. Like they're admitting to CNN, yeah, we look cooked in Pennsylvania. Our Hail Mary is North Carolina. You know, when they start saying stuff like that, I don't know. People are saying look up the Kelvin Coolidge Project. What happened? Oh, we got breaking news out of Georgia. We have breaking news out of the key swings. What?
Okay, what is it?
It's breaking news.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. What is it?
Just in, the Georgia State Election Board has approved a rule to require election workers to hand count ballots on election night. The vote was 3-2.
I think we can officially call Georgia for Donna.
So they're basically saying you're not going to wait 3 weeks to count votes. You're going to count it on election night. You're not going home until you're done. That's that.
So we'll probably know.
We'll know by like 9 p.m. I think.
Yeah, that basically means we'll pretty much know who's going to win the election.
Yeah, that's
because if Harris wins Georgia, which I don't honestly, she probably won't with that ruling. But if she does win Georgia, she's probably winning we probably know she's winning the election that night. If Trump wins Georgia, then probably the same thing. Although we'll see what happens in other states, Wisconsin,
yeah. And they're hand counting the ballots also. That's another big deal, but. Reasonable to sim for 2. If Trump is within 10 in New York, he's winning New Jersey. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but it would be closer. Hudson Dean for 5. Let's make New York and New Jersey red while the Kamala Glazers on TikTok are saying Texas and Florida are going blue. Yeah, they're putting money in Florida, in Alabama. Like, why?
Because blacks and Haitians.
All right, let's see here.
Doug Jones probably is what forced him to spend in Alabama.
Probably.
Because, Doug Jones won, so we can win it too. No, you didn't.
American Nerd for 5. New York City and New Jersey sure does love their corrupt politicians. Remember, New York City is where the infamous Tammany Hall was based in. Yeah. It's a big scam. Walk Talk for 10. Democrats. Mark Robinson is an evil right-wing nut job. Democrats back in the day. But so what if Grover Cleveland had a child out of wedlock and married an 18-year-old? It's not his fault. Well, yeah, the Democrats, they don't care. They only care about winning. That's a difference between the Republican Party and Democrats. Republicans care so much about principles, while Democrats care about winning. It's true. They do not give a rat's ass about anyone but themselves, so. Do you think the polls of July were on to something just before Biden dropped out? I think it was a combination. Well, this is my theory. I think some of the polls were purposely tanking Biden's numbers. I really believe that now. Because they wanted him out. So they decided, you know what? Let's show Trump up in Virginia. Let's show him tied in Minnesota. Let's show him up by like 8 nationally to force Biden out. But I do think some of the legitimate pollsters, they found Trump actually up by quite a bit. It was getting bad. Like, let's be honest. I mean, what was it before he dropped out? Wasn't it like R+4 in the RCP average or something crazy?
Like 4, maybe more than that.
It was getting bad. And it seemed like every day it was getting worse and worse and worse. It's like, yeah, you're cooked. Let's see here. But yeah, so, hold on. Let me find the thing. And speaking of that, polls, we have a new poll from RMG Research. Harris +2. That's a 2-point shift since the debate towards Trump. I thought this Harris was going to win the presidency because of the debate. Remember what Frank Luntz said? Kamala Harris is a clear favorite because of the debate. She's going to surge in the polling. Yeah.
But I thought Harris won the debate in a landslide.
Yeah. Like, all that happened was for a day, her numbers went up. But then you got Rasmussen, RMG Research, all showing, no, a week after the fact, her numbers are going back down. I mean, if you're going to say these are bad numbers for Trump, I don't know what to tell you. A Harris +2 is not a win for her. Far from it. And that's from a pollster that usually, and I keyword usually, overstates Democrats by a lot. Let's see. Rufus the Doofus was proven wrong again. The debate doesn't mean shit. Yeah, exactly. He was saying that Harris was going to be up by 10 points, which, by the way, the New York Times had it tied, or actually Trump +1. They had...
Harris was going to win Kansas and Alaska and Utah because of Taylor Swift.
Did he actually say that? Like, Kansas was competitive?
He said at one point that Kansas would be competitive.
Hold, I gotta find that tweet.
Not recently, but I think he did say a while back that
Missouri.
My was passed out.
What?
Yeah, but I think he said at one point that if Trump was convicted, that Kansas would be within 10. or I guess, or something like that. That Trump would lose Kansas. I
I
don't
gotta
know.
find this.
He might have said that Trump would lose Kansas at some point.
I gotta find
But
this.
I think in 2016, he said that Trump was going to lose Missouri.
All right. At this rate, Trump won't even win Mississippi. That's real. It's gonna be such a blue wave that he loses Mississippi by some miracle. Even though Trump's doing like what, 15 to 20 points better with black voters. But oh yeah, sure. Tell me with a straight face that Mississippi's gonna shift heavily to the left. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Chief Constituent has been a member for 14 months. The Mark Robinson accusations may be true or not, but the Democrats only care about wins. We must be the same. Trump being on the ballot could cause miracles. That's the thing. That's the one thing about Trump. When he's on the ballot, he can help really shitty candidates out. So, but yeah, it's the Mark Robinson stuff that just pisses me off that was Republicans that did that. Eric's the type.
Oh, so we also talk about Nevada because Jill Stein got kicked off the
Yeah,
ballot.
they kicked off the ballot. That's an L. But isn't Cornel West on the ballot?
I'm not sure. I probably have to check. That said, I do think it's probably. I mean, Harris. I think is still probably a very slight favorite in Nevada, in my opinion, as of now.
Let's see. Trump +4 North Carolina. He never lost that state. Well, yeah. I still don't. Where's this hype coming from? That's the thing that just kind of bugs me a little bit. Why is Harris suddenly doing so good in North Carolina, polling wise? I mean,
Because Mark Robinson.
That'll be
the cope. It's because of Mark Robinson, but
yeah. But like, no, what's the actual explanation? Ignoring the frickin' all Mark Robinson crap. American Nerd for 5. Just want to let you know that the acting director of the Secret Service has given a press conference that Trump attempted Butler. Should we keep an eye on it? It's gonna be like, well, we have information on the assassination attempt, but we cannot disclose it right now. It'll be something like that.
No, Cornel West is not on the ballot in Nevada.
Then who is?
Harris, Trump, and Oliver. That's it.
Let's see.
So it's basically it's going to be a freeway race for Nevada.
Fun.
Well, not freeway, but as in only free people on the ballot. So it's Trump, Harris, and Oliver. I would say Harris probably gets the very slight edge as of now, but
oh my gosh. Look at chat what he just sent. So Biden finally had his cabinet meeting in a while.
Turn it over to Jill.
Let me get this. Yeah. She turned it over to Jill. Now, Biden first full cabinet meeting in 11 months. I'd like to turn over to Jill for any comments she has. Oh my god. What a joke. Like, she's... You can't make this up.
But remember, Trump is the real dementia patient.
You can't make his first cabinet meeting in 11 months. And he's like, I'd like to turn over to Jill for any comments. Holy smokes. This is bad. This is really bad. I mean, how can you defend this? How? It's clear that he's not running shit. He's not running anything. He doesn't know what the hell's happening.
He's not even running for re-election.
Which, by the way, I still can't believe that's real, but... just a question wrap. How come you switched from doing evening streams to morning/afternoon? I just like doing morning streams better. That's just my take. And I try to like every now and again go back to evening streams, but usually it's morning now. If let's see. Let's see. She's busting people in from Georgia. She's screwed there. Yeah, I mean that's what they got exposed to in North Carolina. Her rallies are like 85% of people are from like Atlanta or something crazy like that. Because they found the GPS tracking. And they're like, oh yeah, 85% of people, they actually, yeah. Trump will not lose Tennessee. I live there and we've had Democrats registering to vote and,
I see. Jill was actually at the meeting.
But why is she there?
I don't know. They just said that she sat at the head of the table. She was at the head of the table.
She was at the head of the table? No way. She was at the head of the table? No, I gotta look to see if I can find this. Oh my gosh, she was.
Okay, never mind. You found it? You found it?
Yeah.
So yeah, look who So yeah, we actually do have a female president. Congratulations.
Oh my
Jill,
gosh.
Jill Biden is the first female president of the United States.
At the head of the table. I've never seen a first lady at one of these meetings. They might have been, but I don't remember any.
I mean, maybe Hillary was in the 90s, but I don't.
Maybe Hillary? Michelle Obama, definitely not. Melania, no. Outside of maybe, yeah, this is probably the first time I've seen this. All right, Stephen Howard for 5. Which state do you think will vote further to the right this year, Arizona or Nevada? What about when looking at Pennsylvania or Wisconsin? Arizona right now, and I would say Wisconsin. American Nerd for 5. Jill Biden's a modern-day Edith Wilson. Yep. Hudson Dean for 5. Say whatever you want about GOP presidents. They know how to keep their first ladies in line. Bill Burr. Oh, God. Chief Constituent for 20. Like even in 2020, Mark Robinson outperformed Trump despite his controversies. It may not be the same this time, but Trump has always helped down-ballot Republicans. Since Republicans outperformed in states that Trump won, Trump is no paragon of virtue either. Well, the thing about Robinson is these scandals are just really bad. And now we know for a fact the party's trying to tank him now. There's some scumbags.
I mean, there will probably be a lot of Republicans that they'll vote our down ballot, and for Trump, they'll probably vote for Stein or leave the governor blank.
Yeah. General Hydra for 2. Mark Robinson's story is fake. It will backfire. I think it's real. Chief Constituent.
It might be partially fake, but I think for the most part it's real.
We know for a fact the Ashley Madison stuff's real. That's 100% real.
Yeah.
But other stuff there, like Tyron brought up last night, there were some very suspicious things, like it was posted 2 seconds ago, and they didn't cover it. So who knows? Chief Constituent for 2. So no dooming until it's over. I mean, I don't think so. Jill Biden for president. Yeah, she should have been the Democrat nominee. It should have been Jill, because she was. I mean, was she running the show the entire time? Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we can't wait to see the left lose. Just keep it 100%. Well, yeah, if we just vote more, they're going to lose. That's the problem. And they're not willing to admit this, but the more people that vote, that's going to just help Trump. That's what they're not admitting. But they know this. We see this in every poll. Polls that have higher turnout models, they are heavily Trump favorable. Well, ones that have no people voting, yeah, it's Harris favorable. So, I mean, low propensity voters, if they vote, they're going to vote Trump. That's what Democrats are not willing to admit. We're going to realize in retrospect that Joe Biden was just like Woodrow Wilson back then. I mean, yeah. Wilson was in, didn't he have a stroke?
Yeah, and his wife basically became president.
Yeah. But, like, you're telling me that no one, well, people probably knew, but that was before the 25th Amendment, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the 25th was after JFK, or no. It was right before JFK, or somewhere around that range, like the 50s or 60s. But yeah, it's like, they can't do anything, so they're just stuck with, oh my gosh. Let's see, November 4th, Biden endorses Trump. That would cement the cycle as the most batshit crazy cycle ever, if that ever happened. What do you give Trump winning odds? I still think he's a favorite. I think the polls today suggest that he's doing just fine. Even the New York Times had a tied race at the national level, but magically, Harris +4 in Pennsylvania. How the hell do you find that? How? How do you get Harris +4 in Pennsylvania, but you're tied nationally? Is that remotely possible? Maker Baylor's for 2. Finally saw a Harris/Wall sign at Anima Walk. Really? You did? I've yet to see one. Yet to see one.
By the way, Senate Republicans, I don't know what's up with this Cruz ad, but it's like, farewell, Ted Cruz, our hearts sank, we pray we were wrong.
Wait,
but if you don't already know, here's what happened. And it's just a fundraising message. That's all it is.
What? Did Ted Cruz die and we didn't know about it? They cover it up?
They're basically just saying, oh yeah, Ted Cruz died, here, donate to us. And actually, oh no, he's alive, but we still want your money.
Polite rude guy for 5. I would have still voted for Robinson. Dems support satanic policies. Yeah, I would still vote Robinson. But
I'm a Ted Cruz truther.
That's real. North Carolina pulling garbage this cycle. And if you actually believe all red's winning Texas,
You need to have your brain examined for science.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's another
Red's not
poll
winning
that
Texas. That's
there was
bullshit.
another poll that Trump with higher favorability numbers than Taylor Swift.
I saw that.
So yeah, totally, Taylor Swift is going to cause
Why
Trump
would
to
she,
win.
like, she
The
should have
cause for-
known that there. Why would she do that? Like, did she really think she was gonna have that big of an impact in the race?
The average like MAGA boomer absolutely despises Taylor Swift.
And with it, like, people are not going to admit this. There are some Trump supporters that like Taylor Swift or liked her. They're
Well,
just gonna
yeah, I
say
mean
no.
they're mostly still the younger, more I guess rural crowd, like or suburban.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily happy. They want her to stay out of this.
Right, and then you have like the MAGA Q boomers that are like, "Oh, Taylor Swift
Yeah, the
is
schizophrenics.
Satan worshiper and this, that, the other thing." It reminds me. Have you seen like those like satire news articles? They're spread all over Facebook, but the boomers believe they're real
Yeah,
about
I know
like.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, you have like I don't know, maybe this country singer that's was popular in the '80s, like I don't know, George Strait or Reba McEntire, basically calling Taylor Swift a bitch or something like that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what
And
happened?
the boomers believe it, but they of course they're satire. But
Yeah, the
you know
boomers believe
they
it.
see the boomers they see the headlines, but they don't dig into it. They just say, "Oh yeah, you go, girl. Yeah, fuck Taylor Swift, Satanist, Democrat."
K Cup for 2. Brown/Outagami County, I see more Trump support. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know a single Harris supporter.
Actually, I think there was an. Actually, actually that reminds me. I think there was another like satire news article that I found, but I think the link to it looked like a virus.
But yeah,
Let me find it. I think
has anyone seen like any hair signs yet?
actually I got deleted. Yeah, I've seen some in Plano, but that's about it.
Compared to Trump signs, how many Trump signs have you
I've seen a bunch of them.
I've seen a lot more Trump signs, but the thing is, the Harris signs that I've seen, they're all mixed in with all red signs. Like it's all red on one side, Harris on the other.
Really?
Yeah, I think the all red people are handing those out. Like
Oh, hold on, we missed
basically all red and Harris signs together.
Bungus for 2. RMG poll has Trump tied with men, which isn't happening. Yeah, that's not going to happen. American Nerd for 10. Say what you want about Wilson's wife running the country. At least none of his cabinet members try to seize power like Al Haig during the Reagan attempt. Look up the "I'm in control here" clip. Wait, that happened? Someone in his cabinet tried to take power? I didn't know that. I honestly never heard about that.
Me neither.
Rap, who's the Mandela Barnes Tim Michaels voter voting for? I think he's gonna write in someone. He's voting for no one.
Did you also hear that apparently Hubby is doing about as well as I think Ron Johnson.
Yeah, Gagnon
he's
posted
performing
on Twitter.
about maybe I think like about the same, or I think just a tad,
Yeah,
like a very slightly worse than Ron Johnson.
If you're Baldwin, you better be very careful these next couple of
So
months.
if that same polling error applies to now, you could see Hubby winning by like half a point in November, which I don't see. I still think Baldwin wins very narrowly.
And remember, Ron Johnson was the incumbent, so he gets the incumbency bump a little bit. Cameron Full God for 5. The problem for Democrats is that they can't win if the Republicans get above 50% of the vote. Well, yeah. I remember I said that like some asshole on Twitter like posted out of context. Like, yeah, of course you get over 50. I was talking about a Texas where if Republicans just literally kept above 50, they're fine. That was my argument. That I just didn't see them going below 50. Polite Rude Guy for 5. Colin Allred supports cutting off child parts, the unaliving of human babies, gay marriage, and endless wars. Cruise 2024. Saved Texas for Ted. Cody Weber for 5. I've seen a bunch of Davis and Harris signs in the deep red county of Franklin County, Kansas. Neat. Yeah, so they pull this up. Yeah, it was Gagnon. He posted this on Twitter. By the way, go follow him on Twitter. Yeah, so they had Baldwin up by 4.5 points. Barnes at the same time was up by roughly 4.5 points. Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I mean, can Hovde actually pull this off?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's pulling basically in line with Johnson when he was the incumbent, I don't know. I'm very curious about this. Very curious. If Trump is able to, if Hovde is able to pull this off, I mean, for starters, Republicans are keeping this. They're going to win the Senate. There's no way they don't. But yeah, we just gotta see what happens. I think Hovey's in a good situation. Problem is, can he make up 4.5 points in 2 months? Ron Johnson was the incumbent, so you could argue, well, maybe the incumbency helped him a little bit. I don't know. I'm very curious. And I would be curious about a 2016 polling comparison, because people forget about this. Ron Johnson was getting crushed against Feingold. He was down by 8 points or whatever. Well, Johnson won by quite a bit. Trump is leading with independents even in Democrat polls. How could he be down anywhere? Well, exactly. And that's the question everyone should be asking. How could Harris be down with independents but up by 4? Not happening. Not happening. Rapid reaction if Baldwin wins by 1 vote. Pain. That would be my reaction, but I hope Hovey pulls it off. I hope he pulls it off. We need 53 Senate seats to counteract Collins, Murkowski, and Utah. 54 if Harris wins. Well, yeah. So, we for sure got 51, because Tester's done. Moreno, I think, is going to pull it off. So that's 52. And McCormick has a chance. He has a legitimate chance. Can't believe I'm saying that, but... let's see. This is the one race I'll be paying close attention to along with McCormick. Well, pay attention to Ohio and Montana, but Montana, I think, is just done. They're not winning the Senate. But like you said, we got to make sure we have enough to counteract Collins and them. He was down by like 10 to 12 in September. No way. Was Ron Johnson down by 10 to 12 in the same time period? Let me look this up. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, he was. American Nerd for 10. During the Reagan attempt, Secretary of State Al Haig said at a press conference that if the president or VP wasn't available, then he was in charge. Which wasn't true if you look at the line of succession. Oh. Zeppelin and LZ99 for 10. Hey, Rap, do you think that the state-level Teamsters unions endorsing Harris even though the national one is not? Will this affect their members or force them to vote for Harris? They're just going to say, well, the national organization endorsed no one, so... we're going to endorse no one. Or I'm not going to vote for whoever you think I should vote for. But yeah, Tyrone, take a guess how much Feingold is up at the same time frame back in 2020 or 2016 over Johnson.
20.
He was up by 10. Johnson won by 3.5.
Incredible.
Huffy is running 4 to 5 points better than Johnson 2016. Holy smokes. Huffy might pull it off. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he has a good pathway. I think he has a pathway to...
I've been saying Huffy could pull it
Listen,
off.
I know you have been, but like I always thought there was a chance, but I always thought, it's possible anything can happen, but against Baldwin, I don't know. But now it's like, there's a chance. The son of a bitch might pull it off. There's a possibility he can win. One relief is if Trump was to lose, Dems won't get the Senate. Yeah, but if he loses, you're getting Collins and Murkowski and the clown from Utah. And there you go. Democrats have a majority. Right there. So that's why you want Trump to win. At least get 53 in the Senate. Probably 54, but... I could imagine Sherrod Brown making pro-Trump ads in order for him to win re-election. Just like Tester's doing in Montana. Yeah, well, Tester's... When Democrats start doing that, they know they're done. When they start saying they're the pro-Trump candidates, yeah, they're cooked. If we win Montana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we get 54 seats. Well, yeah. Object Clay's cater for 2. There are a bunch of Senate polls that skip Michigan. Thought? What? American Nerd for 2. Wasn't Feingold the guy Johnson succeeded? Yes. And he ran for another term in 2016. When he lost 2010, he ran again, and he lost. So, Feingold's a stronger candidate. He had a unique appeal to Wisconsin all over the rural suburbs that Baldwin doesn't. Well, Baldwin kind of does. She pretends to have appeal, but I don't know. If we get 54 seats, Murkowski will become a Democrat. Oh, probably. She will. Welcome back to the stream, good sir. Yeah, we're talking about how, like... What?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
But yeah, we were talking about like how like the Republicans basically need 54 Senate seats right now to counteract Murkowski and Collins. Do you agree with that? And like the Utah guy. Do you think we need 54?
54? I don't know. I'd still probably go 51 and 52 probably. But I mean, what's your 54? Is that basically
McCormick and Povey, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What about Rogersville? That's
Raj, I don't know. Like some of the polls are showing he's collapsing, but I don't really believe that. It's like nothing happened. American Nerd for 3. It's weird to hear Dem claim the pro-Trump. Well, that's what Tester's basically doing. I'm the pro-Trump candidate. I'm gonna work with Trump to make America great again. Just wait. They're gonna have he's gonna wear the MAGA hat, and then yeah, that's what's gonna happen. There are a bunch of Senate polls that skip Michigan. Thoughts about it? Yeah, that is weird. That there's a bunch of polls that drop and then they just kind of avoid Michigan. But some actually release Michigan polls and it's not good for Rogers. But he could pull it off still. Absolutely. How's Kamala up nationally by 4 but is barely leading by 1 or 2 in the swing states? She's actually up by 2 in the RCP average. Chief constituent for 2, worst bread tuber, all of them. There's not a single good one.
Yeah. Why is she up by 4? Well, let's ask California and New York.
Yeah.
Well,
By the way,
California
I thought
mainly,
that, yeah, now wait a minute. I thought they were saying the entire trends were coming from California and New York. Yeah, we got a poll for California that should like a 2-point shift. Like, how can people just say that it's all because of New York? How? I never got that hope. I really never did. Because if you're doing so much better in New York, there are demographics in New York that correlate to Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan. Not a lot, obviously, but kind of.
Like, look, in my opinion, I do think Kamala Harris is favored in the popular vote.
Probably.
I think right now she's actually still doing slightly better than Hillary, but still worse than Biden. So,
Illinois maybe. I don't see Illinois shifting that Republican. I mean, Chicago might shift like 10 points right because what's happening there, but even then, I don't think that's enough.
I mean, I guess downstate and maybe like Cicero, and that's probably it.
Yeah. Let's see. Trump doing better in New York and New Jersey helps with Pennsylvania. Exactly. If he's doing way better in New York and New Jersey, do you really think that he's just doing worse in Pennsylvania? Which, by the way, again, correlates well with the CNN article. Yeah, we are looking rough in Pennsylvania. That's what they said to CNN. Kyle Beckman for 50. I beg of everyone who could take vacation in October, please go out into a swing state to help get out the vote ground game. I'm in California, and we hate Kamala Harris. Thanks for the big super chat, good sir. M for 5. Only seen one Harris Wall sign, and that was me getting my hold on, what? Only seen one Harris Wall sign, and that was me getting my lost around downtown Phoenix on the way to the hospital. So you got lost and you found a Harris sign. Congratulations.
Yeah. By the way, I have actually never ever seen a Biden sign. I've never seen a Biden-Harris sign.
I've seen a couple Biden signs.
Well, technically, I've seen him in 2020. I've never seen one in 2020.
I don't know. American Nerd for 2. Rap. Who's worse, Murkowski or Collins? Neither.
Murkowski because she's in a red state.
And Collins at least sometimes is good.
Play a balancing act because she's in Maine.
Yeah. But yeah.
Murkowski's in a fucking deep red state. She has no excuse.
But yeah, I've listened. You drive around Wisconsin, you're not going to find a Harris sign for a while. You might find one in like Milwaukee, but
Madison. Well, obviously Madison.
Yeah, but like
probably.
Even then, you don't see any. Even in Milwaukee, you see like 1 or 2, and that's it. It's like, well, what are we doing here? There's no Harris signs in Milwaukee or even Madison.
I think I've only seen like 3 in Plano, and it's technically in the Denton County part of Plano.
American Nerd for 3. What's better, a yard sign or a bumper sticker? I mean, a bumper sticker, you could just say, well, someone put it there, and you didn't know about it. But
and you don't know where they're from, so
yeah,
I'd say yard sign's probably better. That gives you better indication.
That's someone that actually supposedly lives there.
Yeah, and it probably gives you an indication of how that area will vote.
Yeah,
depending on how many you see, how many Trump signs you see. Because, you know, the area I was in where I saw the Harris signs, there were still a bunch of Trump signs. That area actually did vote for Trump by like 20 points. This is in like, now, I mean, it's left trending, but it's still in like, it's in a rich part of Denton County, Plano, like Western Plano.
Yeah. Long Island is blood red for Trump. Well, yeah. Long Island is pretty Republican. I think Trump's
Long Island, that's basically safe Republican. I mean,
that's gonna be a bloodbath.
Trump only won. I mean, not Nassau. What's the county next to Nassau?
Suffolk, is it?
Suffolk, yeah. Suffolk, I think Trump only won by like 300 votes. He's definitely winning by a lot more than that.
I've
And
seen
Nassau, I think he'll probably win Nassau now. So
I've seen one hair sign so far. It's from in Illinois. I don't see any. Like nothing in Milwaukee. Well, yeah, there's one I think I've seen, but like maybe I don't remember. I like honestly I don't know. Like you just drive around, there's no hair signs. Democrats usually don't do signs in their yards. Well, even in 2020, you had Biden signs. They at least existed in the wild, but now it's like there's nothing.
okay, well, maybe if you haven't seen Harris signs, have you at least seen in the Indy's house signs, like in this house we believe this that, you know? Have you seen those?
I don't know. I might have, but I don't. They realize it because it's one of those
I don't know,
shitty.
'cause
I know
I
you're
would-
talking
I
about
would-
those shitty signs that you can barely read.
In this house we believe Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Illegals
I don't
are
think
actual are
I
not
might have.
illegal. Undocumented immigrants are not illegal. And this that. I've seen. They're basically Harris signs.
Yeah,
but
when you have that, that's a Harris sign, I guess.
I've
But
seen one in North Richland Hills, which is the suburb of Fort Worth,
you
which
might,
is very red
you
though.
might have.
But
I don't know. I might have seen one. I don't know. Play Rude Guy for 2. San Antonio, Texas. Only seen one on my side of town. Yeah, you're not. No one's seen any signs. You drive in Wisconsin, nothing. Maybe in Madison there's a couple, but like, just everywhere else, it's like even areas that they're not that Republican. It's like Milwaukee. There's nothing. There's nothing in Milwaukee. The most dumb sign in American politics. Yeah, that sign is dumb. You can barely read it. It's barely legible. Like, in like a night you can't read shit. But the only place I've seen many Harris signs was in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. But that place has a lot of rich white liberals. Yeah, that's like Madison, Wisconsin. There's a bunch of rich white liberals.
That's that northern part of Wisconsin, close to Duluth, right?
No, Whitefish Bay. That's hold on. I gotta double check because I might be misremembering. I believe that's just north of Milwaukee.
Never mind. Oh wait, never mind. That's Milwaukee. Yeah, Milwaukee.
That's yeah. I was just making sure. Like making sure. Yeah, it's Whitefish Bay. Yeah, it's north of Milwaukee. It's a very white upper class suburb, and they're all Harris supporters. Because I was just thinking like, oh no, Bay. I might have had a brain fart, but no, it's Whitefish Bay is just north of Milwaukee. K Cup for 5. I see the vote for Democrats, they vote for us sign. They should honestly say vote for Democrats so they could throw it out and do what they want. Well, yeah. American Nerd for 5. Random question rap. Is Long Island a part of New York City? Because if so, does that mean that Lee Zeldin could run for mayor of New York? No, it's not.
No, Long Island's not part. Well, what you would consider Long Island. I mean, technically, Queens is on Long Island, but it's not on.
They're talking like Long Island proper.
It's not culturally Long Island.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's not Long Island proper. Well, I guess you could argue technically it is, but I don't know. Republicans need to hold the House. I still think they do. Despite them being dumbasses, I think they barely hold on to it.
They'll probably hold the House. I'm a little concerned about Don. Actually, Don Davis will probably be. Well, Don Davis might. Do you think he wins or goes down with all the stuff going on in North Carolina? Don Davis.
I think Davis still goes down. That district's trending heavy Republican. You know, I don't think he survives this time. And we got hold on. We got Eric Doughty from the Florida Voice. This is interesting. For those that don't know, this is the guy that's he's the assistant news director of Florida Voice, and apparently Tony Fabrizio, or Trump pollster Tony Fabrizio, has been touting internal numbers showing Trump up a few points nationally and in the key swing states, albeit within the margin of error. Meanwhile, the campaign is encouraged by polling that shows Harris is having trouble winning over black male voters in Pennsylvania, which we know for a fact is happening. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, there's some polls out there like that the NAACP. They had to I think it was like 30% are breaking for Trump, like black men or something crazy like that. It's like, yeah, Harris, you might have a problem if they're admitting that. Might have a big problem. All right, they could gain seats in the House. They could, I guess, but I think what's going to happen is it stays the same. Republicans, what are they at right now? 221, 222?
I think if Harris is getting a boost among black voters, it's mainly among black women.
Yeah.
Almost entirely among black women.
But that's not enough. Because she's doing worse with black men, apparently.
Yeah, I guess worse with black men, better with black women. At least they're more enthusiastic to vote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that really them breaking for her again? Or is that just more yeah, they're more liberal, obviously, but is that just...
Oh, by the way, if you live in Minnesota, early voting has started today, so get out and vote.
Same thing. Didn't Virginia have early voting start today?
Not sure. I know Minnesota did, so...
Yeah, so
Minnesota,
get out and vote.
Go vote.
Get out
go
and
vote.
vote.
For Trump, Minnesota, we can win Minnesota.
Real.
It's a sleeper flip. Get out and vote. Get out and vote.
Yeah, I think so I'm interested to see the early voting stats because this was a cope by Democrats that, oh, well, that's just North Carolina. Oh, that's just Pennsylvania. Oh, that's just Georgia, which are all swing states, by the way, but...
Minnesota, tell Tim Walz to go back to Nebraska.
Yeah. If Doug Ducey supports Trump, then you have no excuse not doing that. What? Oh, yeah, if Doug Ducey backs Trump...
Then you have no excuse. Go back, Trump.
Let's see. In-person early voting began today in Virginia. That's what I thought. I'm very curious.
It did. So Minnesota and Virginia, they're both sleeper flips for us.
I'm very curious if we see a big shift with demographics in Virginia with early voting. Michael Proster's probably gonna have something on that later, but if it's a big shift in Virginia, I mean, how can you deny that? You're talking about nearly every state showing the same shift. White voters are more likely to vote, and African Americans
speaking
are
of
less
which, daughter Eric Dawes just said this. Glenn Youngkin has been going around legitimately telling everybody that Virginia is in play for Trump.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, and I think I also saw some mail-in numbers from Florida.
Yeah, it's like 20 votes or whatever, or something stupid.
I think it's 100 votes now. Actually, 100 people have already voted.
Yeah, when it's 100, you gotta just take it with a grain of salt.
I mean, I'm looking at the margin here. It's 44, 33, 20.
Say that again?
44 Democrats, 33 Republicans, 20 with and 20 NPA.
That's it for it's only D plus 11?
Yeah, D plus 11.
Oh,
although I don't know how the NPAs are breaking, but
even then they're gonna get absolutely walloped.
Actually, NPAs, if they're voting by mail, it might be Trump, but I don't know.
It's Florida. You don't know. Are these NPAs that are former Democrats or what? You don't know. Florida.
They could be Democrats that just started vote that are probably Lincoln Project types.
Maybe.
If that's the case, then I guess maybe that if you were, well, they're not all gonna be Democrats, so you could probably split them, but I don't know. Democrats will probably still win early vote, the mail-in vote in Florida, but if it's only by 11 right now,
they're gonna get crushed.
They could hold on to that lead, and if that's the case,
but it seems like the cycle it's happening in North Carolina, Pennsylvania. We get closer to election day, it's getting worse for Democrats. That's what just kind of weird. It's every day North Carolina shifts more Republican.
I think it's usually because the very first voters tend to be Democrats.
I know, but even they looked at 2020, there wasn't this big of a shift. That's why people are kind of wondering what's going on here. Polite rude guy for 2. I personally vote on election day, vote Trump. Well, yeah, if you want to vote on election day, go ahead. But if you can, vote early, if possible.
I'm voting early since I'm still registered to vote in Houston. So
yeah, if you can,
it basically means so probably one of the weekends before election day, I'll just drive down to Houston and vote.
Let's see. Trump needs to do multiple rallies.
It's mainly because I didn't want to lose Morgan Luttrell as my congressman because Roger Williams is I don't know.
Trump needs to do multiple rallies in Minnesota and Virginia to get Republicans to vote early. I mean, that might be a good idea. Right on the border with Virginia, or do Virginia Beach or something.
Yeah, Virginia Beach, maybe Duluth, Minnesota. I mean, that's right next to Wisconsin.
Or Rochester, even.
Yeah, Rochester or
What about
Lacrosse, Eau
Minneapolis?
Claire.
What about Minneapolis?
That could be useful. I mean, those Minneapolis suburbs. If you want, if you have to basically like get them very narrow or win like the exurbs to win Minnesota.
Yeah,
Like
you
even
have
narrowly.
to run it up in the excerpts though. You have to like just go nuts. Phantom Raider for 2. I'm gonna help harvest ballots in California, MAGA. Yeah, if you can do it legally, of course legally, do go ahead. Yeah.
Chase the ballots legally.
Yep. That's keyword legally, because that's how you can win. Meanwhile, they are barely winning mail-in votes. Yeah, so by some miracle, Democrats could have like a surge on election day. That's a cope now. That's what they're saying. They're going to have a surge on election day.
Oh, so now Democrats are the ones that are voting on election day.
They're more likely to vote on election day, fine, but they're making it sound like it's gonna be like a 30-point shift. Bullshit.
I mean, the only type of voting that'll probably shift left is early voting, but that's just because all the Democrats that were voting by mail are gonna just switch to voting in person.
All right, American North. What?
Well, at least most of the Democrats that voted by mail will go in person. So maybe the in-person early voting shifts a little left.
American Nerd for
hold
5.
on.
What?
I'll read the super chat first, but we did get a poll out of Colorado.
American Nerd for 5. My stepdad is probably going to be on a business trip in Germany on election day. So do y'all know when early voting starts in Alabama or how to vote absentee? I don't know for sure.
Morning compost. Morning compost. Harris plus 11 in Colorado.
Wait. Hold up. Say that again?
Morning consults, morning compost, whatever. Trump down 11. Harris up 11 in Colorado.
So you're telling me that
Colorado's
Colorado
moving right?
is moving right.
Aliens.
You're going to tell me with a straight face that Colorado's moving right, but by some miracle, you're going to see a shift in freaking Pennsylvania to the left.
I don't know. I'm still holding on to my Harris plus 15 prediction.
There's
in
no
Colorado.
way in hell you can have a Harris plus 11. How?
I'm sticking with Harris plus 15 in Colorado. I mean, Pueblo will move right, but
you'll have something right in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
5 points left.
The I-70 Rocky Corridor, Denver, they're all still going to move left.
Oh my, unbelievable.
And we had RMG Research National Poll.
Yeah, we
Harris
talked about that.
2.
Harris plus 2, that's not enough. Yeah, so Colorado. Yeah, how is Colorado shifting right? How? Maybe the Aurora
probably
stuff?
Are they oversample like Colorado Springs or something? I don't know.
Don't know. All right. I think we're doing last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. We'll go keep going.
If Colorado's even moving right at all, that's a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, like with how Democrats get with all the
like the realistic best case scenario is that it probably just stays stagnant.
That should be, but if it shifts right, for starters, she's cooked in Virginia. Let's stop pretending otherwise. She would get crushed in Virginia, but it's compared to like 2020 or something. But
if Colorado moves right at all, Trump is winning.
Yeah, because the only way I could see it shifting right is like maybe Hispanics have a big shift to the right or something crazy, like young people.
Well, I expect Trump to flip Pueblo County.
Yeah, but is that really enough though?
Well, not enough for like a rightward shift. It could balance out some stuff in like the Rockies, but that's not much.
I don't think it's enough. Yeah, maybe it's because of Aurora. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see Aurora. I mean, it might shift a little right.
Yeah, but you're talking again, like you're talking with such an unrealistic shift in New York. That again, it's possible, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely. I mean, Trump visiting Aurora is going to be pretty cool. I mean, I definitely wouldn't contest Colorado because you're not going to win Colorado with safe Democrats.
Yeah, but he's doing a rally there, so.
Oh, I mean, maybe bring people from New Mexico. I don't know.
Yeah, just like they bust people in from New Mexico or like Kansas or whatever. All right, Tech 40, 490 for 5. Trump has a legitimate shot to be closer to 2016 margin to Colorado. Just look at the primary vote where he led in raw vote. They do not fall for that. You get a bunch of Haley voters.
Hillary only won Colorado by like 4, did she?
Yeah, it's gonna be like Trump plus 12.
Well, I mean, part of the reason it was so close was because there was also Gary Johnson, neighboring state governor.
Yeah, and he was taking a large chunk of the vote.
And then I think they all voted for Biden.
Yeah, basically.
Plus all the liberals, the liberal transplants. Which, by the way, thank you, Jared Polis. I don't like you as governor, but
you're the sacrificial lamb. Thank you.
You're shielding Texas from being overrun.
Yeah. But all right, folks, I think we're going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell. I'll quit. Hold on. Trump plus 12 in Colorado. That's real. All right.
Yeah.
See you guys in the next stream, video, or what are you saying, Real Texan?
Oh, no. Vote for Trump. If you can vote early now, vote for Trump.
All right. We'll see you guys next stream, video.